putting your home back on a firm foundation.
Well, we're back on Lifestyle. You know, we always have a great time. And listen, I love it when you tune in because I want to make sure that you are with the trends and the styles. And I just got back from High Point Designers Market. Listen, this is where everybody converges from all over the world right here in High Point, North Carolina. It's not just a couple states over. And I tell you, it is so refreshing. It's so exciting to see what is trending. And I brought back some pictures to show you. And I'm going to tell you what is happening. It's the year of the horse. Horses are everywhere. We saw them in all the showrooms. And you're going to see these in art. You're going to see these in fixtures as well as beauty shots like this. But I saw them in almost every showroom. So that was fabulous. And we also have florals. Florals are back and they are big. They are big. They're in upholstery. They're in rugs. They're in throw pillows. This is just a hot item, and you can see that here. Oh, look at it on the back of this. This was actually a silk version. Absolutely gorgeous. And Hollywood Glam, ooh, my favorite. You can see, and there was some red velvet. There's some beautiful sketches in the background, and this is so decadent and elegant. You can see the black crystals here. And this little guy in the background, is this the Emperor of China? If you know, let me know, because this guy, he showed up in almost every showroom. Look at, he's in this one too. And I don't know, there was just a lot of Chinese influence as well, Asian art. And nature was a big influence, and no butterflies were hurt during the making of this art. They actually repurposed them. We also saw some natural influences in these feathers. Listen, this is a great idea that you could do yourself. These were painted gold and then they were placed inside this frame. What a great look. And we've got turtle shells that were made of brass. Yes, that's right, brass is back. So if you have brass and you were thinking about getting rid of it, don't do it, because it's back. And LED lights, you know what, they're still showing up in everything from art pieces to tile backsplashes. So you know that that's going to be continue to be trending. So anyway, I hope that that inspires you to maybe add some of these pieces to your home, or maybe you already have and you're looking at that saying, hey, oh, I've got some of that. But we want you to be always in style, so we hope you're inspired. Well, right now, FoamWorx, listen, you've heard me talk about them. They just came to my house. Literally, this foam spreads. I'm going to give you a chance to see the demo, but every crevice of your home. And I love it because in our attic now, it's not even a wasp can get through. And you know how sometimes in the attic, little things, these lizards for the last few years have been getting up in my attic. Guess what? No more. I'm so excited. I want to introduce you to Josh Nash. Josh, I'm so excited you're on. I'm glad you're on the show, but I'm really glad you came to my house.
Yes,
welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, yeah. Tell me about FoamWorx. Now, people have heard, now listen, the Department of Energy is talking about how important this product is. This is the best thing on the market since 1970. Tell me about your company.
Insulation's always been looked at as sort of a byproduct of homes, and with foam coming out, it's kind of gotten more of a mature product, been more tested. You know, with our company, we started about 5 years ago, my wife and I. We've grown to 10 employees or so. Our shop's in East Nashville, so we're here local. We travel, you know, anywhere within a couple hours of Middle Tennessee, so that's our story. Yeah,
and we've got to mention Christina's name too, because she is so fabulous. She always takes care of you when you call over. Well, we've got a little video that she shot just the other day, and you're going to explain what this actually does.
Sure.
Take a look and tell me what we're seeing right here.
This is a new construction home we were working on. The guys we're insulating the exterior walls in this shot. We had already obviously sprayed the roof deck there. We do a lot of residential projects, whether it's new construction or existing homes. In this particular case, like I said, this is a new construction we were working on.
Okay, and then it just literally it foams up and then it dries, and then what are you doing here?
Once it's sprayed on, of course, there's got to be sheetrock. There's, you know, foam's not going to be the end product, so it's a long serrated blade. We just come through and clean off the studs and make everything a nice clean surface so that it doesn't impede drywall or tongue and groove or whatever's going on as the interior finish.
Nice. So literally now that was ready for sheetrock to be applied.
Correct.
Now, one of the things that you talk about is make sure you check your attic. If your attic is not as cool as the rest of your house, you're losing a lot of energy.
You are. With insulation, it basically keeps high and low temperature, high and low pressure from running toward one another. So with insulation, you want to minimize that. The hotter your attic is, the colder your crawl space is, the more difference there's going to be, and the more energy you're going to use trying to overcome that.
You know, one of the things that this is already done for our attic, my husband just mentioned this the other day, is that the temperature of our attic now is the same as the room next to it. That's an amazing difference already.
It is. With spray foam, it's different than traditional insulation because it's at the roof plane, so it's able to keep your attic space closer to a temperature like that of the inside of the building, which obviously lets your heating and air run less.
And you said check your crawl space too. Now, Josh, I didn't know about this because I didn't get you to check. You're going to have to come back. So what does that do? Does it create more cool air?
It does. On an existing home, your attic and your crawl space are basically the intake and exhaust for the house. So, you know, once we've sealed the attic, now we can look at doing the crawl space, and that'll cut off those drafty floors and the cold in the winter. It also helps with mold and mildew, anything moisture related down there.
Yeah, and you know that can help so much too when you're talking about mold and mildew with your allergies. And I do have allergies, so I'm going to have you come back already. Well, we're going to do a demonstration. I'm really excited, but one more thing I want to ask you about. Now, you talked about a home energy audit. Now, I know about getting audited by the IRS. Boo, I've gotten audited before. But what's a home energy audit?
It's the same, sort of the same thing. It's basically a comprehensive evaluation of your house, looking at your crawl space, looking at your attic, doing visual inspections, just kind of assessing where you are and giving you we can take steps 1, 2, and 3 to make this a more effective, more efficient home that's going to perform and cost you less money.
Now, do they call you for that, or do you recommend someone? I mean, how does that work?
They call us. We work with several different companies in the area, whether it's heating and air or whether it's home energy evaluators. You know, we've developed good relationships with people, so they're welcome to call our office.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, well, let's see the demonstration. We're going to actually see this live. You know, who knows, he might take this little thing and we may have confetti all over the place, but Josh promises me I will not get it in my hair. Go ahead, Josh, let's see what you got. Now, this is actually what you spray in someone's home. So we're seeing this live, and it fills up all the crevices, and it literally within minutes truly does fill in all the gaps. Now, I know that you probably need to have your electrical already run.
That's correct.
Throughout, okay.
That's why.
Now, this is just a small version, isn't it, of what your big one is? Yeah.
You can see how it expands there and how it fills in the cracks, but it is our big rigs. We run out of a big insulation truck, and it comes out of 55-gallon drums, but it would have been a little cumbersome to get in here today. So this is a smaller portable kit we use.
And look, it just keeps literally, it's just growing right here on live TV. I love this. This is awesome. And you know, you guys were in and out of my house. We did a garage, we did an attic, and you were in and out of my house in 2 days. I mean, you guys run a very efficient program, and I love that.
We try to. We started in 2009 when the housing market wasn't great, and we were a brand new company. So it kind of teaches you to do the most with what you've got, and we've got a good group of guys that they've worked with us for a long time now, so they're pretty good at what they do.
I love it. Well, we've got some pictures too, Josh. Sure. I want you to explain to everyone some of the different places that you can use this product. This is actually a crawl space similar to what ours looks like.
It is. This was an old farmhouse in Lebanon, I believe, that before we came in, we tore out the old insulation, took out the old vapor barrier, bottles, cans, whatever trash was in there, and then we lay down this new vapor barrier. It's just a really thick, durable material that it's good for radon, moisture, anything trying to just protect the structure of the house too.
Right. And I've heard about that radon being really bad, so that's great. You're protecting people as well. Now, this is up in an attic. How do you guys even get up in those rafters? I was surprised.
It's scaffold and ladders and guys that aren't afraid of heights.
And skinny. They have to be skinny to work for you. Okay.
This is like the new construction we were looking at the video. This is just the finished product after, after we've cleaned up and trimmed everything off. This is, believe, an existing house we were in that we did the attic of, and you can see how it encapsulates the ductwork and puts you in the conditioned space there to help the HVAC run more efficiently.
Oh, that's great. And this is way in a vaulted ceiling.
It was a 2-story vaulted ceiling on a new home. I believe it was down in Murfreesboro. We worked on that one. Okay,
and this is outside. Now, how did you do this one?
This is somewhat of an untypical application for us. It's very effective. We don't do it as often because people aren't typically tearing the siding off their house every day, but it was just an old farmhouse in Lebanon that they had. They were remodeling, and he was taking off the siding and found that there was no insulation, so we sprayed to the back side of the plaster and lath rather than spraying from the inside.
Okay, so this was that's an unusual application, but literally you can do new construction. You can retrofit it to as well, and that's amazing. And I love the fact that you can save so much on your energy bill.
Correct. With foam, it's going to be a more expensive insulation product, but there's usually about a 3 to 5 year payback on that, and with the energy you save, it's really just a dramatic difference.
Okay, that is awesome. Now, but this is a 2-part liquid foam that's sprayed. Now, how is this different from the insulation that normally that you would have? Because I know the stuff that we had in our attic before, it was just, it looked real black, and it was, the foam was blown everywhere. And I'll tell you, my cat would get up there and she would drag that stuff down, and it was crazy. Now she can't get in this foam. I like this so much better. It's
with ours, it's basically manufactured on site. Since it is a 2-part, it's manufactured on site. It fits every nook and cranny, and it's not a fibrous product, so it's not just laying loose or like that, where your pest or your pets or pests are getting in it and burrowing.
Which sometimes your cat can be your pet and your pest, yes.
So it's just a different material, different makeup, but it's once it's sprayed on, there's no, it won't sag or settle. It's not dusty. It's not fibrous. So that's the biggest difference.
And there's no fiberglass in this. I mean,
no,
what's in this?
It's a polyurethane blend. It's basically 1/2 polyurethane. The other half is proprietary stuff that gives it all of the antimicrobials to keep it from supporting mold growth, fire inhibitors, to help it have a better fire rating. So
really? So it can actually help you, like, maybe slow down on the burning rate if you were to catch a fire in your attic?
It's not fireproof by any means, but with it being more airtight, it definitely chokes out the supply.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that is awesome. I mean, and what I want to reiterate to you is make sure that you check in your attic, make sure you check in your crawl space, and if you get this home energy audit, if you don't know that much about these things, be sure to call Josh over there at FoamWorx, because he can give you all the tips of how you can save. I know there's an air test that they do, kind of that blow test or something.
It's a blower door test.
A blower door test?
And that's part of the audit. We can basically come in and say, your house is at this many air changes per hour right now, but if we take these steps to seal your crawl space or seal the attic, we can probably decrease that by 30 or 40 or 50%, or whatever the case may be there. So that's it's basically just a comprehensive before and after to kind of let you know where you stand currently.
Right. But I tell you, where everybody's going to be the most excited is the fact that you'll save money. Like, even the Department of Energy was saying 50% by using this type of foam. So if you've never heard of this type of foam before, you need to give Josh a call, because he can come out, do that energy audit, and save you some green. Everybody likes to save some green. Well, Josh, we're so glad that you've come out and shown us exactly how this works. It takes all the guesswork of what's going to happen whenever whenever you come out to our home. And I know you'll be joining us to make sure that we go over the tips that you've given everybody, because this is something everybody can do right now. That home energy audit really gives you that checkup of what is going out the window, out the door, which is really money. You always see that, money just flying out the door with energy. So you can give them a call. So thank you so much for sharing with us, and we'll be talking with you a little bit later. Well, coming up, if you have some shells, maybe you've been to the beach several times and you've collected shells over the years. Well, I'm going to show you what you can do to create something crafty out of those when we come back.